so we built this technology that like runs an operating system in your browser using WebAssembly. And then it was like just deep technology. Took us, 4 years to build or something. You know, nothing, no one's ever seen anything like it, since or before. And but we couldn't figure out how to monetize it. Like developers were really
Mm,
like a tough audience because like once you are a developer and you have your stuff set up locally, there's not a huge impetus to like, hey, let me like lift and shift and use a browser-based thing.
yeah.
Uh, we had a lot of developers using us for prototyping and like ancillary use cases or whatever, but it was not not like how Cursor, right, is being used where it's powering
Mm, mm,
every character you're typing sort of thing.
mm.
Um, so when the AI kind of revolution started kicking off in 2022, 2023,
Mm.
uh, I'd had the idea of just like, wouldn't it be like great if ChatGPT could actually like build full stack apps. So I mean like
Yeah.
it can, but you can like go to it and like say make a Next.js app or whatever, but it'll like spit out the code. You have to like copy and paste that and like run it. It's like not ideal, right? And so I
Mm.
was like, this is what our technology was designed to do. Like this, it's called WebContainer, this in-browser operating system
Yeah.
we made.
Yeah. You had the
So
base
we
for
kind of
it
like
already.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, and so it's like, and the whole thing for again, we want to like make building production grade full stack
Mm.
applications as easy as like using Canva or something, right? Like
Yeah.
that's been the impetus from the get-go for us. The challenging part is like, yeah, we can make dev environments easier, but we couldn't make like coding meaningfully easier.
Mm.
Like, you have to learn, you have to
Mm.
still be a professional, right? With the frontier AI, so back like a year ago, it had the idea for Bolt. I had one, a contractor come on, kind of build out a prototype of the thing
Mm.
using the frontier models at the time, and they weren't good enough. Like they
Interesting.
just the code they outputted just didn't work. It was error, like buggy, blah blah
Mm.
blah. So
Mm.
we kind of put the project on the shelf after a week or two, and then back in May,
Mm.
we got a preview of the Sonnet 3.5 stuff before it had gone online, and it was like, whoa, this changes everything.
So what we have here
Mm.
is make a plan to build this PRD, start with the data model, then break it down into phases, don't write any code. So what I'm
I like that
asking
line.
Bolt to, yeah, what I'm asking Bolt to do here is obviously start with a plan, right? And this
Mm.
is like my number one recommendation is unless you have a specific plan in terms of the implementation, and I don't mean a PRD, I mean like how the code is going to be structured, what fonts and
Mm.
colors you're going to be using, like all that kind of stuff. It's better for Bolt to have that information, and you can just ask Bolt to basically provide it back to you the same way you'd ask like ChatGPT or something like that. The other thing I do is I start with a data model. So the reason why is
Mm.
that let's say you have like we'll go back to the task app example for a second. Let's say you have an app where you have like a to-do list and then it also has a calendar. And so you
Mm.
want two different views. One is like a task view and one is a calendar view, but it's
Mm.
referencing the same data, the underlying data.
Oh, right.
You want to try to get the data model first and then the
Mm.
views second. If you go the other way around, you do the views first and the data second, it's possible that Bolt is going to basically split up your data or whatever tool. And then it's basically not referencing the same list.
Right.
So start with the
Fair
data
enough.
model and then break it down into phases. This is another kind of best practice is to kind of go
Mm.
one step at a time towards the goal.
Mm.
It feels really great if you just drop the whole prompt in and it just works the first time. But also you're more likely to get errors and issues that way.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so this is the general recommendation is something like
Cool.
this.
Probably you follow the tech news, you follow people on X or wherever you are, and got inspired by that. So basically, you based on following that, you somehow already knew what to build. However,
Mm.
that's really something different than actually building something. So the way to learn things is to get into this, to get the reps in. And a lot of people get stuck at keep comparing tools. So they see the tools in tech news, they see the
Oh,
tools
yeah.
in X, and they keep circling around, right? For this tool is great, but the pricing, how's the pricing of that other tool? And keep going in circles without diving into a tool. We call this analysis paralysis, where you just get stuck, paralyzed by analysis. So the way to do this is to start, to build, to get into it, practice with bite-sized lessons we share, and build things following our guides, and then eventually start to build your own projects. So that's the one thing we start with is tackling analysis paralysis. So if you want to learn new skills, whether that's AI now, agents,
Mm.
automations, or no code to build your own products, it can be everything. You just have to go for it and practice, get the reps in. That's what got me over the line finally to learn it. And once I really practiced it, it was
Mm.
so much better, and I understood everything way better than just following everyone on Twitter, as it was called then. So yeah, yeah, that's just get into it.